Yes. Hello everyone. Hello gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá jákèjádò àgbáyé níbikíbi tí a bá wà. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọmọba. Today is the 19th of May 2024. This platform is known as the Round Table. It's a platform where gbogbo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá tá gbé kalẹ̀ fún wa láti máa wá jíròrò àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tí àwa ọmọ Yorùbá tá ń go through, and how we can also, solve our problems by ourselves. Wọ́n máa ń sọ pé our destinies must be taken into our hands. And so I want to welcome everyone on board the round table today. In the studio with me, I have three comrades, three of them. In turn, they are going to introduce themselves. I have Comrade Ademoye, popularly known as Amotekun. Please do a brief introduction of yourself, and then Comrade Kulu, and then Comrade Balogun. Please unmute and do a brief introduction of yourself.
Káàsán gbogbo ilé, káàsán gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń rí wa, tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Orúkọ tèmi ni Sam Ọláolú Adémóyè, tí ìnagijẹ ń jẹ́ Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Mi mọ̀ bí tó rí kọ yẹn ti wá ọ̀bọ̀, mo gbà bẹ́ẹ̀. Anyway, engineer ni mí, mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ ọmọlúàbí. Mi ò ráyè gbẹ̀dì ẹ̀sìn. Mi ò tí pé 70, but mo ti kọjá 50 déédéé. So ibi tá a wà nìyẹn. Kí ló dé tí mo fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kò ju wípé ọmọdé níṣẹ́, àgbà níṣẹ́ la fi dálẹ̀ tó fẹ̀. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Kí n tó ní kí comrade mi tó tẹ̀lé káwọn náà ṣe introduction. I think Comrade Kulu is out now. A máa sọ ní èdè Yorùbá àti èdè òyìnbó nítorí pé ọmọ Yorùbá pọ́nbélé ni wá. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wá, because this program is meant for every Yoruba people, regardless of your level of education. A fẹ́ fi dá àwọn èèyàn wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni, ká tọ́ wọn sọ́nà. So bá ṣe ń sọ lédè òyìnbó la máa sọ ní Yorùbá. So Comrade Wale Balogun, you have the floor. Just a few, minutes to introduce yourself. Unmute. You are muted.
Orúkọ mi ni Wale Balogun. Èkìtì ni àwọn òbí mi ti wá. Ìlú Èkó ni wọ́n bí mi sí. Ajà fún ọ̀tọ̀ ọmọnìyàn. Òun dẹ̀ ni mo jẹ́. Mo ń ṣiṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀. Ẹran ni mo ń sìn. Mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ alákòóso àti olùdarí ẹgbẹ́ jàǹgbara ọmọ Yorùbá Revolutionary Movement tí à ń pè ní Yorùbá Mẹ́gbẹ́ta, dálé sílẹ̀ ní 1999. Ní àwọn oríta kan, mo ní àpèlé nínú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ oríṣiríṣi tí jẹ́ pé èmi náà ti wà. Ìgbà kan jẹ́ Assistant General Secretary Campaign for Democracy. Mo ti ìgbà kan jẹ́ General Secretary United Action for Democracy. Mo ti ìgbà kan jẹ́ Treasurer Citizens Forum, tó jẹ́ pé bàbá wa Professor Wọlé Ṣóyínká ni convener ẹgbẹ́ náà, tí bàbá wa olóògbé Bẹ́ẹ̀ Kọ́lásán Kútì tó jẹ́ deputy convener, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Nǹkan tó jẹ wá lógún ni pé òmìnira àti ìdáǹdè àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjìrì. Mo dúpẹ́ atọ́kùn pé ẹ kà mí ẹ láti kópa lórí ètò yìí.
Thank you so much, mo dúpẹ́ comrade, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin náà, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Before I proceed, let me just quickly read this. There comes a time in the life of a people when they need to take a retrospective look at their past, critically assess the present, and then take a decision about their future. For the Yoruba people, that time is now. Nǹkan tá a kà níbẹ̀ ni pé àsìkò kan máa ń wá, ó máa dé táwọn ẹ̀yà kan àbí ìran kan tó máa wo ẹ̀yìn wò, tó máa wo ibi tán ti ń bọ̀, tó máa wo ibi tó àwọn wà ní ọwọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, wọ́n dẹ̀ máa tún wo ibi tí àwọn fẹ́ lọ, tó máa wo ibi tí àwọn fẹ́ lọ. Tó bá rí ibi tí wọ́n lọ yẹn, wọ́n á wá pinnu, wọ́n á ṣe ìpinnu pé báwo la ṣe fẹ́ dé ibi tá à ń lọ. Àwa ẹ̀yà Yorùbá àbí ìran Yorùbá, àsìkò yẹn ó ti dé báyìí. Nítorí náà la ṣe gbé irú àpéjọ yìí kalẹ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn míì náà ní platform tiwọn tó ń lò náà, but àsìkò yẹn ti tó báyìí fáwọn ọmọ Yorùbá láti decide, on where we really want to be. I am going to start this way. In every journey of life, there are usually mountains to climb, valleys to cross, and rivers or oceans to swim. Nǹkan tá a sọ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni pé gbogbo ìrìn àjò ayé, a máa ń ní òkè láti gùn, a máa ń ní kí là ń pè valley, pẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀, yes, something like that, tá ń láti wọnú ẹ̀ tá máa rìn jáde. A dẹ̀ máa ń ní àwọn odò, àìdá odò kékeré ni àbí odò ńlá, tá ń láti wẹ̀ kọjá. These are figurative. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nísìnyí nìyẹn. And so mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Kí lẹ lè sọ wípé ó jẹ́ àwọn mountains, either that we climb ni, the valleys that we have crossed, and the rivers or oceans that we have swam, that we are still swimming or climbing or going through, that dẹ̀ ṣì likely láti gbà kọjá láti débi tá à ń lọ. Mo lérò pé gbogbo ala mọ ibi tá à ń lọ. À ń sọ nínú anthem wa, ibi ológo là ń lọ. What are the valleys? What are the mountains? What are the rivers or oceans that we have crossed or that we are crossing now, or that we are yet still going to cross?
Ẹ ṣeun olóòtú. Àkọ́kọ́ tí màá sọ ni wípé mo ní confidence wípé ọmọ ológo ni wá. Mo ní confidence wípé kò sí bí Ọlọ́run ti ṣe àwọn ẹ̀dá kan, àwọn ẹ̀yà kan tó ṣe wọ́n lólórí tọ́lọ́run ò ṣe wá bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn ìṣòro, àwọn òkè tó wà wájú wa tá a mọ̀ fúnra wa, àwa la mọ̀ àwọn òkè yẹn fúnra wa, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa la mọ̀ fúnra wa. Òun ló ń fún wa ní ìdádúró débi wípé àwa náà a lè jẹ́ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé aráàta máa wò, tó máa wò wá ní àwòdúpẹ́, àwòkọ́ṣe. Sọ pé àwòkọ́ṣe àti àwòkọ́gbọ́n ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Àwòkọ́gbọ́n la wà báyìí, àwòkọ́ṣe la fẹ́ lọ sí díẹ̀. Which means wípé báwo la ṣe máa set good example fún àwọn African nations tó wà around wa. Because táwọn máa wo lọ wò bọ̀, táwọn máa wo Nigeria as a whole, wọ́n máa ní giant of Africa. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá tún wá wò dé stage kan, a rí pé Yorùbá àkéré nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ológo ni wá ògo yẹn àwa fúnra wa là ń di in a sense because kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ anybody bá ṣe fẹ́ ṣe gbá ẹ tó bá ti ṣe gbá ẹ nígbà ìdọ̀tí wọ́n á bá ẹ lù ní ìdọ̀tí so àwa la ṣe ń lo igbá wa ní ìdọ̀tí. lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ìbò pé kíní kan ní confidence ó dáa kéèyàn jọra ẹni lójú ṣùgbọ́n kò yẹ kó pọ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò yẹ kó kéré ó yẹ kéèyàn ní pride but kéèyàn má ní kéèyàn má wà self-centered kéèyàn má ní ego
kéèyàn má ní gbéraga.
so kéèyàn má ní gbéraga that's it now ó yẹ ká kára wa kún stage wípé ká kára wa kún yẹn òun ni àìdíìdì ara biggest problem wa ìṣòro wa ni ká máa rò wípé a fẹ́ gbé fáwọn kan pé káwọn kan lọ ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ìyẹn gan àmọ́ ṣe ẹni tẹ́ bá máa gbéṣẹ́ fún wípé kó ṣe aṣíwájú yín tó kó ṣe olórí yín wọ́n láti lókun dì okùn yẹn wá mókùn yẹn dání ẹ wá fokùn yẹn lẹ̀ kó máa lọ tó wá ti ṣe dáadáa ẹ jẹ́ kó máa lọ tó wá ti ṣe kúṣe ẹ fa okùn yẹn padà lára nǹkan tí àìtí ìkọ́ nìyẹn ìyẹn ní ara nǹkan tí àìtí ìkọ́ ni pé bí kò sí bí Ọlọ́run ṣe ẹ̀dá ìnàkí tí ò ṣe ọ̀bọ náà bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́nìkan wá dé kó wá sọ pé professor lòun òun ní masters òun ní kinní kan yes Ọlọ́run fún ẹ ní privilege yẹn ó yẹ kó wá fi benefit àwọn tí ò ní ìmọ̀ so olúkálùkù níṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ a sọ̀rọ̀ kan kọjá lẹ́ẹ̀kan yìí pé ọmọdé níṣẹ́ àgbà níṣẹ́ la fi dálẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ̀ ilẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ̀ in my own translation means prosperity so àgbà ní nǹkan tó máa ṣe ọmọdé ó ní nǹkan tó máa ṣe tí máa dé tí ọlá fi máa wọ̀ ní ìlú ọlá la wà ilẹ̀ ọlọ́ràá la wà nǹkan tó wà lábẹ́ ẹsẹ̀ wa ó tó wa jẹ nǹkan tó wà lórí wa ó tó wa láti di ìlú bíi China bíi Amẹ́ríkà ṣùgbọ́n àkàrà wa kún. Yálà lórí ẹ̀sìn yálà lórí universal knowledge kéèyàn kàn ní ìmọ̀ àkàrà wa kún. A máa ń ṣe mistake kan tó bá di pé ká sọ pé nǹkan méjì wà nílẹ̀ o mo fẹ́ wò kan nínú méjèèjì kí n mú dání pé eléyìí ni mo fẹ́. Mistake tọmọ Yorùbá máa ń ṣe ni pé wọ́n máa choose eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé popular. Popular is not important. Popular will make sense. Kí ni nǹkan tó right òun ló yẹ ká mú. Màá ṣàlàyé nǹkan méjì fún yín tó jẹ́ àwọn produce tó wọ ìlú wa. In tó common jù òun ni mọ́tò. Nígbà tí ládà wọlé wá bá wa ìyẹn 70s. Nígbà tí déwúrezà wọlé wá bá wa ìyẹn in the 80s. Nígbà tí Lincoln Navigator tó dé tó wọlé wá bá wa. Nígbà tí kí náà sí pé Hummer tó dé tó wọlé wá bá wa. A choose àwọn product yìí nítorí pé a mọ̀ wọ́n a yẹ̀ wọ́n wò a choose wọn torí pé wọ́n popular. Àwọn nǹkan kan sì wà tó yẹ pé mo fẹ́ sọ tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kí n fi kún nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ lẹ́yìn but màá sì filẹ̀ for now. Kò yé wa nǹkan tó popular nǹkan tó gbajúmọ̀ nǹkan ló yẹ ká máa mú. Nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó máa ṣe wá lólógo nǹkan tó máa ṣe wá kí ara wa ká ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀, ká ní sinmi, ká lálàáfíà, òun ló yẹ ká máa mú. So lóríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, a ní láti wá tún ara wa bí, ká kọ́ ara wa wípé kì í ṣe bá ṣe ń vote la ṣe ń vote, kì í ṣe bá ṣe ń choose leader la ṣe ń choose leader, kì í ṣe bá ṣe ń ṣe eléyìí ló yẹ ká ṣe máa ṣe. Ó yẹ kí a máa ronú sí nǹkan tá máa mú, tá máa múlò kó tó di pé a mú. Mi ò fẹ́ pẹ́ jù lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. So lágbára Ọlọ́run bá ṣe ń sọ́bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ a máa tú díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Thank you so much, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Now, Comrade Balogun, I want to throw a question to you. Ìjàngbara ọmọ Yorùbá, ìgbà wo ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ gan-an ni? Because if you ask some people, they are probably likely going to tell you, bóyá 3 years ago. I mean, when the campaign, began to, but because I'm somebody who has been in the struggle for, a while, like yourself and, the other comrade, ìgbà wo gan ni struggle yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀? What we used to call struggle, say campaign now, that's semantic, whatever you want to call it, is determination, of a people to say yes. A fẹ́ mú destiny wa sí ọwọ́ wa. Ìgbà wo gan ló bẹ̀rẹ̀? There's a reason why I've asked that question. Comrade Balogun, please unmute. Unmute. Comrade Balogun, unmute. You are muted. Okay. All right. Oh, you are muted again. What's going on? Okay. What's going on with your device? Okay. Ó ń lọ ń bọ̀ ni.
Olótù, ẹ má bínú sí mi.
That's the problem.
Kan tó bí wa, ó dá mi lójú pé kan tó bí bàbá mi gan ní àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn ọmọ kóòtù jíire láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ jẹjàgbara. Òyìnbó Gẹ̀ẹ́sì amúnisìn kò ṣe pé wọ́n déédéé kó bàbá wa lẹ́rú báyẹn náà. Áwọ̀, lásìgbò, ogun tó wà ní ìran Yorùbá, òun ló jẹ́ kí òyìnbó aláwọ̀ funfun kan fi ráàyè mú wa sìn. Ṣé àwọn bàbá wa ní pé tógìrì ò bá lanu, aláàmù kì í wọbẹ̀. Aláàmù tó ń sọ yẹn, alágbàná ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Ògiri tó lanu ló jẹ́ kí òyìnbó kórí wa mú sìn. Ṣé tí ọmọdé ò bá bá tàn, á bàrọ̀bá, àrọ́bá sì ni bàbá àtàn. Láàárín 1793 sí 1893, nǹkan bíi 100 ọdún ní àwọn gbogbo àwọn ìlú kéréje àti ètò tó ńlá tó tóbi náà fi jagun abẹ́lé láàárín àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjìrì, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ìjà pàápàá jùlọ, ìtàn fi yé wa wípé ní gbogbo àgbáyé kò sí ẹ̀yà, kò sí èdè tàbí ìran kankan tí wọ́n jẹ ogun abẹ́lé láàárín ara wọn, tí wọ́n wà lórílẹ̀ èdè àgbáyé báyìí tí wọ́n ń ìran Yorùbá nìkan ni. Àsìkò ìgbà yìí tí a dẹ́kun aáwọ̀ àti ogun apá ọmọ ìyá ara ẹni ní àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn ni wọ́n fi ráàyè wọ ìran wa, ni wọ́n fi ní àǹfààní láti dá àwọn ọmọ aládé àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire papọ̀ mọ́ àwọn èdè ẹ̀yà ní orílẹ̀-èdè tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà lónìí. Ìran Ìgbò, ìran Haúsá, ìran Ìjọ́ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Ìran Yorùbá ti ní àbáṣepọ̀ lórí okòwò àti ọrọ̀ ajé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ rí. Ṣùgbọ́n ìgbà tí òyìnbó dé ló fi ìpá àti ìkòkò ló fi wá sọ wá di ọ̀kan láti 1906. Nígbà tí wọ́n pe gbogbo àwa èdè tí a wà ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní Southern Nigeria lónìí tó sọ wá papọ̀. Wọ́n wá sọ wá papọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tó wà ní òkè ọya ní 1914. Àlè tó padà wá di tó wá padà di aya Fred Lugard tó pè ní Florence Shaw. Òun ni ìtàn fi yé wa ní pé ó fún orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ní orúkọ tó pè ní Nàìjíríà lónìí. Ìgbà yẹn náà dá àwa èdè ẹ̀yà ọmọ Yorùbá, Ìjọ́, Ìkwéré, Ìròbò, Ìgbò, Ìbíbíọ̀, Hanang àti gbogbo àpapọ̀ tá wà ní Southern Nigeria tó dá àpapọ̀ ní 1906 náà wá pawápọ̀ mọ́ ìran àwọn TV Bìrọ̀mì, Haúsá, Gwari, Nupe, gbogbo àpapọ̀ wọ́n wá la orí wa papọ̀ ní 1914. Òun náà pè ní 1914 amalgamation. Látìgbà tí òyìnbó ti wá fi orílẹ̀-èdè lélẹ̀, ara òrókùn, ara ọ̀rẹ́ adìyẹ ni, nítorí pé tó di ẹ̀ bá ti bà lókùn, ara kì í rókùn. Ìran wa ò ń ṣe kan, èdè wa kì í ṣe kan, ẹ̀sìn wa kì í ṣe kan, àṣà wa kì í ṣe kan, ìṣe wa kì í ṣe kan. Òun ni ò jẹ́ kí ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè ò dé ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Nítorí pé ọmọ aládé ni wá, wọn dẹ̀ kì í kó ìran wa lẹ́rú. Òun ló ṣe jẹ́ pé nígbà tí akitiyan láti gba ara wa kúrò ní ìmúnisìn àti àjàgà òyìnbó, ló yẹ pé àwọn baba ńlá baba wa kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn bíi Herbert Ilas Macaulay ni wọ́n kọ́ ṣe àgbátẹrù tó ń pè ní nationalism lórí Nàìjíríà láti gbára wa kù lọ́wọ́ British colonialism. Òun ni a fi ń bá ètò yẹn lọ. Òun ló ṣe fà á tó yẹ pé lára ìlú kan tó wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà lénìí ni wọ́n fi fún àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, ọmọ kóòtù òjíire ní àǹfààní àti agbára láti yan aṣojú láti 1922. Aṣojú 3 ná fún àwa ọmọ ìran Yorùbá from Clifford Constitution láti ní aṣojú ní ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin tí òyìnbó fi ipá àti ìkòkò gbé lé wa lórí. Wọ́n fún ìran Ìgbò ní ẹyọ kan, àwọn náà lè yan aṣojú láti ìlú Calabar. Ètò yìí ni à ń bá lọ kí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti sọ pé kí òyìnbó kí wọ́n padà, wọn ò lè mú wa sí. Ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé wọ́n ti kó wa papọ̀, àwọn kan tí ẹ̀rù ń bà, pàápàá jùlọ ní àwọn òkè ọya lọ́dọ̀ àwọn Haúsá tí Fúlàní padà mú sìn, wọ́n ní àwọn ò fẹ́ òmìnira. Ìran àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wa ní a fẹ́ òmìnira. Òun ni àwa Yorùbá láṣẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní aṣojú tó yanrantí láti 1953. Olóògbé Awólọ́wọ̀ ló fi di leader of government businesses. Òun ni ìdàgbàsókè ló fi ń dé bá wa. Ìgbà tó máa fi di ọdún 1956, ìran Yorùbá àwa ti ní òmìnira ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Àwòkọ́ṣe ìran bàbá tiwa ní àwọn ìran Ìgbòho tí àwọn náà fi ní òmìnira ní ọdún 1957. Kí ìran Haúsá Fúlàní káwọn náà tó wá gba òmìnira ní ọdún 1959. Àpapọ̀ ẹ̀ òun ni òyìnbó Gẹ̀ẹ́sì amúnisìn ló fi fún mọ́ńbọ̀ àkọ́kùn ló fi fún orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ní òmìnira ní ọdún 1959. ṣùgbọ́n òmìnira tán fún wa òmìnira àsíá ni. Ètò ọrọ̀ ajé wa, ìṣàkóso ìran wa, ìṣàkóso ìlú wa, ìdarí wa tó pè ní democracy, àwọn amúnisìn òyìnbó ni wọ́n sì ń ṣe jẹgẹba lé wa lórí tó pè ní neo-colonialism. Òun ló fà á tẹ́ pé ìlú ara orókun ara òrọ̀dìyẹ lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà from 1914 sí di àgbègbè òmìnira ní 1960. Láti 1960 yẹn àwọn àwọ̀ yẹn náà òun ló fà á tó yẹ pé ní 1994 àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá wọ́n tún dìde, wọ́n wá dá ẹgbẹ́ ajìjàgbara sílẹ̀ tá à ń pè ní self-determination groups lónìí, látàrí pé àwọn amúnisìn Haúsá Fúlàní wọ́n fi ọwọ́ ọlá gbá ìran wa lójú. Olóògbé Báṣọ̀run MKO Abíọ́lá, gbogbo ìran Yorùbá àti gbogbo èdè ẹ̀yà tó wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà pátápátá wọ́n dìbò yàn ní June 12, 1993 láti jẹ ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n, ìjọba amúnisìn Haúsá Fúlàní ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n, àwọn ológun tó wà ní àkóso ìjọba ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n. Wọ́n wá pàdé àpòpọ̀, wọn ò gbé ìjọba fún olóògbé MKO Abíọ́lá láti ṣe àkóso ìjọba láti jèrè June 12 election tó jáwé olúborí. Ìdí rèé tí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá tó fi fẹnukò tí wọ́n fi ṣe ìpàdé ní June 1994 ní Ilé Ifẹ̀, tí wọ́n fi dá ẹgbẹ́ kan sílẹ̀ tí à ń pè ní Oòduà Youth Movement. Òun ni ó jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ nínú ẹgbẹ́ ajìjàgbara tí a lè pè ní Yoruba Self-determination group. Lẹ́yìn ẹgbẹ́ yìí ni ẹgbẹ́ tá a lè pè ní ONC, Oòduà Nationalist Congress, tí bàbá wa kan Pope Adébánjọ tó jẹ́ atọ́kùn ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yìn ìgbà náà ni ẹgbẹ́ tá a pè ní Oòduà People's Congress ló wáyé ní August 26, 1995. Èmi náà mo jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ yìí. Mo dẹ̀ bílí pé atọ́kùn wa dókítà Ṣèyí àjọṣe ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbà yẹn ni. Nígbà tí bàbá Fáṣẹ̀hùn tó fẹ́ pàdé àpòpọ̀ mọ́ ìjọba Ọbásanjọ́, àwa igan la gbógun la ní pé kò lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀, nítorí pé nǹkan táwa sọ nígbà yẹn ni pé tí iná ò bá tán láṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kì í tán lè kán, pé àtúnṣe àti àtúntò olómìnira ló lè mú ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè bá ìran wa. Òun ló fa làásìgbò nínú ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbà náà, tí àwa kan tí a fi yapa kúrò nínú ẹgbẹ́ OPC ní November 24, 1999. Ẹgbẹ́ tá a padà wá dá sílẹ̀ òun là ń pè ní Yorùbá Revolutionary Movement tí mo jẹ́ alákòóso àti atọ́kùn ẹ̀. Nígbà náà la tún wá rí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan wà, Yorùbá Civil Defence Group. Àwọn náà padà di ẹgbẹ́ tó ń pè ní Oòduà Liberation Movement. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn náà la tún wá rí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan tó tún wá jáde kó lára ẹgbẹ́ Oòduà People's Congress. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́ bíi Federation of Yoruba Consciousness and Culture FYCC, tí Evangelist Adéṣọ̀kan tó jẹ́ alákòóso àti olùdarí wọn. Ibẹ̀ náà láti rí ẹgbẹ́ kan tá a pè ní Oòduà Republic Front, tó yẹ pé nígbà kan rí Káyọ̀dé Ògúndábísí òun ni alákòóso wọn. Ibẹ̀ láti rí ẹgbẹ́ Oòduà Youth Congress tí àbúrò mi ọ̀rẹ́ mi aláṣírí mi kan Àdìgún Mákànjúọlá tó jẹ́ alákòóso wọn. Àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó wá ń gbèrò tí wọ́n wá ń yapa, kó tó di pé ìgbà tí ìjọba wa bọ́ sí tí àwọn ìjọba olóṣèlú àwọn náà tún wá wọ àárín wa ni wọ́n da èdè wa rú, ni ó jẹ́ pé asinmi ẹ̀dọ̀ kó tó di pé àwọn ẹgbẹ́ bíi Yorùbá Nation tí bàbá wa Bánjí Akíntóyè tó ń ṣe àkóso àti olùdarí ẹ̀. Kì í ṣe pé àwọn ni wọ́n dá àbí àwọn ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò ìṣàkóso àti ìpolongo fún òmìnira àti ìjàngbara àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire ẹgbẹ́ tiwa ẹgbẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ òtútù sọ Oòduà Youth Movement ni adarí wọn nígbà náà ó ti dolóògbé lé ní Abíọ́dún Kọ́láwọlé ni ẹni tó gba àṣẹ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ òun ni Abíọ́dún Àrẹ̀mú mo rò pé alákòóso wọn àtòlùdarí wọn lé ní pòfẹ́sọ̀ ni Fẹ́mi Báyọrí I think òun ni HOD microbiology ní Lagos State University so ètò ìjàgbára wa àti ìdáǹdè ọmọ Yorùbá ó ti pẹ́ onímọ̀ye kọ́kọ́ sọ ìtàn pé kò ṣe pé àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n gbà fún ìbò láti mú wa sí ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ wọn náà wọ́n ṣàkìtìyàn láti ọdún 1994 láti gbàrà wa kó lọ́wọ́ ìjàgà ìmúnisìn Hausa Fulani lórí ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà.
Thank you for going down the memory lane. Adúpẹ́. Ìkànnù wa ó ṣàǹbá mi fà pé ká sọ èdè òyìnbó mo dẹ̀ sọ pé méjì la máa sọ nítorí pé this platform is meant to bring gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá together to enlighten us, educate us from the grassroots títí dé even àwọn tó pèrè àwọn ní elites, because there are so many elites. I call them, there are elitist youths, elitist adults, professionals who still do not see what we are seeing. And so gbogbo wa la fẹ́ bring on board everybody. So there's so much to talk about. I have a question for you, my brother Amotekun. But kí n tó béèrè ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan kan béèrè lọ́sọ́dọ̀ Comrade Kulu. The last time, and which was the first time tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ program yìí, we were able to establish wípé yes, self-determination is a right. He has gone out. Comrade Kulu has gone out. Okay, maybe I should go to Amotekun. Now, having listened to Comrade Balogun, okay, he's back now. But I'll ask you my question, Amotekun. Having listened to Comrade Balogun, going down the memory lane, and I have my reason for asking that question. Now the question is, in fact, there are two questions. Comrade Balogun, you are going to answer one. Amotekun, you answer the other. Amotekun, are we doing it right now? Are we doing it right? Comrade Balogun, before you go on to answer, please. Comrade Balogun, I'll ask you your question. Just hold it. Níbo ni gbogbo àwọn tán jàjàngbara yìí in recent times? What I mean by that is in the last 1 decade, in the last 2 decades. Where are they today? Because for me, I think a lot of people who are in the forefront of this struggle now are people who do not even understand what it means, what self-determination means, and how to go about it. So, ibo ni gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa yẹn wà lẹ́nu. So, just hold out. You are going to answer that in a short while. Amotekun, Comrade Kulu, màá béèrè question yín ṣe jẹ́ ká Amotekun kankan dá a lóhùn. Are we doing it right now?
Right. Gbogbo questions ẹ béèrè ó wà paradoxical bákan. Now, number one, màá ní we are not doing it right. Màá dẹ̀ mú ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn, màá fi àpẹẹrẹ lé nǹkan tí comrade sọ, wọ́n sọ sílẹ̀. Now, tábà wo gbogbo àwọn components tí a lè sọ wípé wọ́n ń jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ Yorùbá for a long time. They've been doing it wrong. And reason tó fi ń ṣe so wrong ni pé láti even Afẹ́nifẹ́re, OPC, no matter what coloration of OPC or any, none of them in my own estimation, law actually try not to include Omo Yoruba. It's always a case of one machine without consulting Omo Yoruba. So from that point of view, they've been doing it wrong. Udua People's Congress, so many groups. Totiwa before 2020. 2020, only epoch, kind of like epic in a sense. So this way, that this stage today, where most of the people, so it was open, inclusion one. Left, right, and center. It doesn't matter we are only education or only education. It wasn't a cultish movement. It wasn't a gang movement. It wasn't a movement. So just could be plutocracy, could be feudalism or anything like that. Until the Yoruba Nation, will anybody come out, I become out, feel temperature, I become out. No, Yoruba Nation did that. Now, if it's a problem, Yoruba Nation get it wrong because our create structure and strategy to just Oshima include that. There was a need for pluralism. There was too much of singularity in Yoruba Nation. It was a case of that is not democratic. So from that point of view, I disrespect Omo Yoruba, I disrespect the multitude, the majority, carry one along. Our stage today, instead koma attract repel. For instance, OPC one example of unity. Àwọn tẹ́ fẹ́ kójọ wọn lè wà united. Tẹ́ ẹ bá lè sọ̀rọ̀ sójú kan, ó mìíràn pé wọ́n create division láàrin ìrìn àjò Yorùbá nìyẹn. As it stands today, tẹ́ bá lọ Afẹ́nifẹ́re, they are not carrying the Yoruba people along. Nǹkan tó bá wù wọ́n náà máa sọ, there's no consultation. Tẹ́ bá lọ sí Afẹ́nifẹ́re, it's the case of pé kàfẹ́ command àwọn èèyàn. I should get ideology here wrong. Even ní ọba level, ọba Elégùṣì, ó sọ wípé nǹkan táwọn bá sọ fún àwọn èèyàn náà máa ṣe, ọ̀tọ́ máa sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá náà máa ṣe. Bọ̀bọ̀ tí ìwó yẹn náà, ìyẹn náà sọ the same thing. Ayé ti dayé ọ̀làjú, population wa ti pọ̀ sí. Social media ó ti fún wa ní voice. Ẹni tó bá continue láti sọ wípé òun fẹ́ di shepherd tí ò lè béèrè lọ́wọ́ sheep wípé kí lẹ fẹ́, system yẹn máa crumble. So from that point of view, gbogbo àwọn tó ti ń ṣe bọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ń carry ọmọ Yorùbá along ibi tí failure wọn wà ní. Yoruba Nation became popular nítorí pé there was some sort of connection láàrin ọmọ Yorùbá àti Yoruba Nation fún ara ẹ̀. Now, unfortunately fún Yoruba Nation ò rí advantage yẹn. Kán wá lù ú bẹ́ẹ̀. Instead, àwọn náà wá adopt that idea of pé ká ṣáà máa ṣe nǹkan tó bá ń wà. Ọmọ Yorùbá máa tẹ̀lé wa. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò dẹ̀ lè rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Until tẹ́ bá rí group tó jẹ́ pé ó ń check temperature ọmọ Yorùbá, the multitude of ọmọ Yorùbá, whether from Ìlọrin o, whether from Ṣakí o, whether from Ẹ̀gbẹ́ o, tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá mú nǹkan táwọn èèyàn fẹ́, tó dẹ̀ yẹ pé democratic ideology tẹ́ fẹ́ lò, ẹ fẹ́ fail nìyẹn. Nǹkan tá a ṣe rí tí Yorùbá Nation náà ṣe fail lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn.
Okay.
As far as
I will
cash note, yeah. Okay, stop there. No problem.
okay, no, I'll come back to you. I mean, there's it's going to be loaded, Just I know that Ashimoyebo Lapo ni. Mo fẹ́ fún comrade Showa, is it? Ṣé wọn tún ti lọ báyìí? I hope he's here. Ẹ má bínú. Okay. Comrade Kulu.
Yeah.
The last time, yes, we were able to establish the fact yes, self-determination is a right, is a right. So it is a right of the Yoruba people to ask for it. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá pé right wa ni? Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó yẹ pé in the last couple of years we have not been able to articulate ourselves, put our acts together so that this, process, as we have called it, would be a process so pé kò ní long tó bó ṣe dàbí pé ó ń long. Amotekun, please, I'm coming back to you. Bali, you still have your question.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we are here.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
I'm happy that half of what I want to say has been said by, although in Yoruba, by Comrade Wale Balogun. In the first instance, we started getting it wrong in Nigeria after the 1966 first coup, after the counter coup, and then after the pogrom, when even the killing of 88 people in Kanji Dam, 88 Igbo people, led to Kanji Dam from 80 million pounds to 88 million pounds. Because the Igbo people said they could not, their thing were disrupted. Now, when they asked, it is even the West that did not even allow it. We would have even gone since before 1967. Yeah. What happened between 1951? It was 1951 that they made Awolowo head of government business. Okay. Awolowo gave us the direction, and somebody who was studying when the Labour Party got to power had absolute majority in 1945. He brought the free education and free this program from when he came back in 1946, and they asked one of their Egbe Omo Odua, that's Baba Ajashin, to write a paper on free education, and they started free education, and people who enjoy it speak that if not for Awolowo, they would not be able to use Idigo to call, and that is what they call developmental state system, which Labour Party was doing. Now, we had it right. We had something close to full federalism as a Marxist revolutionary. We had what was close to full federalism, and that was the Western region, which included even some Igbos like Okonjo, like Edo people in Ahoro. But Ahoro was the first to ask for independence now, okay, in the Western Region Assembly, even before Ghana. Okay. Now, we had parliamentary system. We had each region
using his own resources and paying tax to the central government. Okay, but alas, it was also from the West. Yeah, and don't forget that the West people are not that tolerant of oppression of people lording over them. Don't forget that it was after 1962 split in Jos when AG adopted socialism that Akintola led Orede and Co out of AG and formed Dema, and they rigged
Uh,
that led to
co-
wait, I want to tell you why
comrade.
what we are
Okay,
wait,
because
I want to tell
yes,
you what we are seeing now, what
we
the
have a lot
root
to
cause
discuss.
and
Yeah.
how we can correct it. I don't believe that we can achieve self-determination peacefully. I don't think so. So now, after that, there
Exclusively
was
your view.
mayhem.
Exclusively your
Hello.
view. I say your view. Yeah, your opinion.
Maybe I'm the contributor is my view, but let me
Yeah,
give.
that's yeah.
Now, after that, the military struck in 1966. Okay. Then there was revenge counter coup. Okay. The Igbo people asked for after the pogrom in the north. Okay. It was we are aware that even disturbed that. Then even during that civil war, don't forget that Major General Adebayo imposed a tax on Agbe people, which they rejected, and he resorted to war within war. And Awolowo was sent to them. They refused to obey. They refused to even give him chance to cow them. Okay, to the extent that the Obas who sold us into slavery, and that reminds me, slavery did not start with the white people in 1400. It started with Arabs, trans-Sahara slave trade. Okay, so now the people who sold us to slavery were supporting Major General Adebayo. Many of their palaces were burnt. The one that Sori Koko, the Oba of Ogbomoso, had his head cut off, and Bekoya even lasted 5 years after the Civil War. That is between 1968 and 1973. So the right to self-determination, let me tell you, this Abiola that people are mentioning, me, I'm not a fan of Abiola. Abiola was a CIA agent. So these are the people they use to tie us to imperialism through ITT. In fact, Fela got it right. Okay. So what we are having now, as our Lenny said, okay, capitalism, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism. But capitalism is in problem. If we are going to mobilize everybody, it's going to be a revolution in permanence. It's not going to be stop go kind of. Kini was just dress rehearsal 2012. So as far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
okay, it
Yeah.
is we cannot achieve right to self-determination peacefully.
Okay. Thank you so much, comrade. You seem to have made your point. And like I said, your views, your opinions remains exclusively yours and not of this platform. So thank you for that. Okay, Comrade Balogun, there's a question. Motekun, just hold on. I'm going to give you time to conclude your thought. There's a question that is, on your hands, Comrade Balogun.
Thank you, the moderator. You see, just like you said, Comrade Kulis is entitled to his opinion. I think the three of us that you featured tonight, we are entitled to our individual opinions. But
Definitely,
I think
everybody.
this roundtable provided an avenue for
Exactly.
cross-fertilization of ideas, and
Right.
at least there should be a takeover for our people,
Sure.
for the viewers who are listening to us, who are committed to the struggle for self-determination, social emancipation of our people. And you see, you asked a question that, okay, we are the people that started this course. Just like the Bible will say, when the that as it was in the beginning, so it is now. We are united in Yoruba during the fight against colonialism. But immediately we achieved independence for the now failed Nigerian state. What happened? Oníkálùkù lọ di ẹgbẹ́ mú ni, àwọn kan ṣe NCNC, àwọn kan ṣe action group, àwọn kan ṣe Ìlọrin tálákà parapọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Òun ló fà á nígbà tí ìjọba ológun Fúlàní, Haúsá Fúlàní amúnisìn àti àwọn amúnisìn òyìnbó Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti àwọn tó jọ máa ń parapọ̀ mọ́ ní gbogbo òde àgbáyé tí a gbé ìjà kojú wọn. Ìgbà tí wọ́n wá méjì kẹta, wọn ò pé kí làwọn fi lè dá ẹ̀kun Yorùbá dó. They are thinking of what they can use to placate the Yorubas. And that is why they allowed two Yorubas to contest the 1998 presidential election. And kò tó jẹ́ kó possible for Ọbásanjọ́ àti Fálàyé láti jọ díje nìyẹn. Nígbà tí Fálàyé àti Kíní ti díje tán, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ń sọ̀pọ̀tì process wa láti gba òmìnira wa, wọ́n fà sẹ́yìn, wọ́n ń takò wa. Kì í ṣe pé agídí OPC ló pọ̀ o, pé àbẹ̀yà àìmọ̀ṣe wa. Àwa tá wà ní ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbàjà yẹn, níjẹ̀gbà yẹn, ńgbà yẹn, àwa rí nǹkan tó wà lóde òní tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa. Òun láyé sọ pé tí náà ò bá tán lẹ́jọ́, ẹ̀jẹ̀ kì í tán lè kánná. Wípé the kind of governmental arrangement tó wà, ó máa fà wá sẹ́yìn nínú ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè ìran wa. Àríkọ́ṣe la jẹ́. Ṣé ó jẹ́ pé irú Spain, Holland, aṣáájú wọn wo tẹlifíṣàn, amóhùnmáwòrán.
France.
So àti rí ngbà yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí torí pé àwọn èèyàn wá wò pé ọmọ wa ẹni ẹjẹ́ ó ṣe é, pé torí pé Ọbásanjọ́ ló wà ní ìjọba. Torí pé Ọbásanjọ́ wà ní ìjọba, táwa kan sọ pé kò bá ìjọba Ọbásanjọ́ ló wà ní ìjọba, pé ìdáǹdè àtòmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún. Ó ní nǹkan tó wà ní ìdí làásìgbò tó wọnú ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbà náà. Àwọn olóṣèlú wa, nítorí pé àwọn ò ní agbára tó lórí nǹkan tí bí social media ṣe wà níbí, lórí ìwé ìròyìn on the media. They are in control of radio, they are in control of television, so they were able to manipulate much of our people against the cause, the general cause for our self-determination. So many people were confused to support an Ọbásanjọ́ government, pé at least Yorùbá ló wà níbẹ̀. That led to a crisis. Some of our people got betrayed, they got tired. Some of them joined the bandwagon. And get it right, sir. $10,000 marathon race kọ́ leléyìí o, multi-million miles marathon ni. The course of self-determination is a process and not an event. Wọn kì í dájọ́ ọjà agbára. Lára ẹ̀ ló fa confusion tí ò bá ṣe pé OPC ń pariwo ń gbà yẹn pé káyà pín wéréwéré, káyà pín kíákíá, ká ó sá lọ kí ibò lọ, káyà pín wéréwéré. Kò ní possible fún àwọn múnisìn ìlú òkèrè, Haúsá Fúlàní àti àwọn ológun kan fi ààyè lẹ̀ fún Yorùbá méjì kan kojú ara wọn ní presidential election. Ẹ̀ ló bà wọ́n pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n jẹ́ olóṣèlú, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ aṣọ ọ̀jẹ̀lú lọ́wọ́ tá a pè lólóṣèlú, àwọn náà wà lára àwọn tó ń ta ìran wa sínú ìgbèkùn tá a wà lóde òní. Òun náà ṣe tètè pàdé àkọ́kọ́ tó lọ ṣe election yẹn. Òun ló fà á tó yẹ pé lẹ́yìn gbogbo awuyewuye wa jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kú, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ dáwọ́ láàbọ̀ ara. Àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn olóṣèlú, wọ́n rí wọn lò láti sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ kí a fún Yorùbá láyè. Ẹ pé Wàsíù fi kọrin, ó ní ẹ jẹ́ ká fún bàbá láyè kí bàbá ó sanjọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n òye wa padà rí pé a fún bàbá láyè láti run wa ni, láti fi ìran Yorùbá sí abẹ́ ìgbèkùn ni. Because our economic not only arrested, not only stagnated, it was reversed. There's serious generation in our development as a people. And that is why from 2020, the people started under the Yoruba nation. Some of us joined forces with them. Like you read, I refused to register because of my experience. Yeah, let me register Jagbara on name list now. We refuse. But there is no struggle. Don't quit. You know, the setback today. See how we want it to be question. It's just like Eugene said, there's no past or present. There's no future or present. Only the past repeating itself over and over again. Hold that the after election, election 1999. Mo rántí a ṣe ìpàdé kan ní Èkó hotel, Bàbá Adésànyà, àwọn ni olórí Afẹ́nifẹ́re ìgbà yẹn, wọ́n bá àwa ọ̀dọ́ OPC sọ̀rọ̀ ńgbà yẹn, wọ́n wá ní pé ayò inú òkùnkùn ni pé ká lọ tà á, pé ká fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá láàyè ìgbà tẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá méjì ló fẹ́ kojú ara wọn ní presidential election. Lọ́jọ́ náà lọ, Gani Adams ó fún mi láàyè pé Wálé Balógun wọ ni kò sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí jọ́ náà ni mo kọ orin kan pé kí lẹ ní ká ṣe bàbá, pé béèyàn pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa, ẹni pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa, òkò banújẹ́ là ó lẹ̀ mọ́, òkò banújẹ́ là ó lẹ̀ mọ́ o, ẹni pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa. It was because we don't believe in the so-called transition process. But the majority have their way. We have ours because we cannot make revolution for our people. Lè gba ìran wa láì ṣe pé wọ́n bá fara mọ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ìfẹ́ sí nǹkan tí à ń ṣe. Nígbà tí a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ kíní ti èmi lókàn náà, a sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa náà, ṣebí Yorùbá nation sọ pé ká dá dúró. But àwọn èèyàn wa náà ló ń sọ pé ọmọ ẹni kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀. Káṣó lè kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì pé tẹ́ni tàbí sọ̀ǹtì. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń pariwo, wọ́n ní Yorùbá ronú orun Ògúnde àsìkò tó àwa ní ká bá bára wa jà ká bára wa ṣọ̀kan. Ṣùgbọ́n ìṣàkóso ààrẹ Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó fi hàn pé kò ní ìfẹ́ ìran àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, kò dẹ̀ fẹ́ ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè wa. Ó lè jẹ́ pé ìyájọ́ ń dé ẹgbà tán sọ pé kí kájà ìjà yẹn tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan èyí tó wá ṣe ní láàánú jù òun ni pé láti ìgbà tí ààrẹ aṣáájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lábẹ́ àsíá APC tó ti déjọba iná ìjàgbara wa ìṣàkóso ìjàgbara wa ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìjàgbara wa mobilization wa sensitization wa ó ti jóná àjórẹ̀yìn kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kókó jùlọ sà alága moderator wọn kì í dájọ́ ìjàgbara. Liberation is a process and not an event. We cannot decree that it will happen tomorrow. What is incumbent on all of us is to continue the mobilization, the sensitization, the education of the Nakan fight, the so-called leaders to understand the process, the followers, and the entire Yoruba people to key into our liberation struggle. And Sherry, it is illusion. Kama believe pé gbogbo Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ gbàgbọ́ nínú nǹkan tá a ṣe irọ́ ni. Ẹ̀tàwóró àwọn èèyàn ló máa ń mú ìlọsíwájú bá. Ẹ wo ẹ̀sìn àwọn ẹ̀sìn tó fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ lórí Nàìjíríà sí. Ẹ wo tabaka Bíbélì tabawo Bíbélì tí wọ́n fi tán fi lára nǹkan tó yọ irinṣẹ́ ìkọ́nilẹ́rú wọn. Ẹ̀rí pípa tí àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù àwọn tó jẹ́ ọ́fíìsà lẹ́yìn Jésù àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù máa ju bíi 12 lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá tún wò níbi kan wọ́n tún dá àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù tó wọ́n jáde wọn ju 70 lọ. Ẹ wá wo 70 ẹ wá wo bí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ìtàn tí gbogbo àkàìgbà àgbáyé lè ní. So ìjìjàngbara àkóso ìjìjàngbara ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ó nílùú Ghana àìdá àwọn etí àwọn kìíní tó ń ṣe nípe àwọn péègì ni tó ń ṣe káàkiri ni gbogbo ọ̀nà kọ́nà tó bá ti jàgbára wọn kì í pọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá ti ń sọ nǹkan tí ìran bá ń wí tí wọ́n bá ti jẹ́ kí àwọn tó bá yí àwọn ọ̀ràn wọn máa support wọn a lè dájọ́ ìjàgbára a dẹ̀ lè gba ìran wa lẹ̀ tí ìran ọ̀bá rẹ̀ láti dúró àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa ìfàsẹ́yìn fún wa lè ní pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n nírètí òfo nínú àwọn ajẹgúdújẹrá àkótílétà àpanijayé nínú ìran wa tọwọ ọṣẹ òṣèlú ọ̀jẹ̀lú arúgbó ọmọdé ní gbogbo wọn.
Okay. Thank you so much, comrade. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, the ball is in your court now. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn? We have said self-determination is a process. We have said, been able to establish the fact that they don't seem to be doing it, right. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn? Because always pointing out problems without providing solution has been, one of the things that to get problem for what. So now we want to begin to look at solutions. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn?
Okay. Bá ṣe wà nísìn, majority of actors are nísìn, from my estimation, won't get it wrong because tí ara wọn náà ń dù bó ṣe come across yẹn tí ara wọn náà ń dù tó bá yẹ pé mo dẹ̀ máa insist tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n fi gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe we will have a different result. Yeah, you can't go away from it. Life and the world ó máa continue láti go through evolution. Evolution tá wà stage tá wà ń sìn the only system tell you follow is a democratic situation where everybody has a say. Now, everybody has a say. Níbi tá wà ilé ní 25% of ọmọ Yorùbá somebody decide wípé they want Yoruba nation. Ó máa difficult fún anybody. And when I say body, organization, whether UN, whether ECOWAS, whether AU, 25% bá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ. Àwọn èèyàn máa notice wípé there's an issue going on here. Now, comrade wa comrade wa Adékúnlé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ Ọládèjọ. Wọ́n ní a lè gba òmìnira without force. Mo agree pẹ̀lú wọn, but mo disagree pẹ̀lú wọn unless somebody define force on me. The force I need at the moment, politics is a game of numbers. Mr. Síwájú lẹ́ẹ̀kan, when we have 25% of Yoruba saying wípé àwọn fẹ́ lọ, ó máa ní impact. Mo fi dá yín lójú 75% of the Yoruba people gbà sọ pé we want to go. Impact ẹ̀ máa yàtọ̀. Politically, we are gone out of the contraction called Nigeria. 75% of ọmọ Yorùbá bá sọ pé àwọn ń lọ. Now, kí ni 75% of 60 million? Màá work it out mentally. We are be 45. Yeah. Now
that should be. Did you say 75? 75. 75. Yeah, that's about 45. Yeah. That's about 75. 45.
Àwọn ò ṣe mọ́, kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa hold wọn back at that stage. Even at 50%, kò sí organization náà, whether international or local, tí ò ní mọ̀ pé this is something very, very decisive. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká padà wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn actors tá a ní. And I'll keep saying it. Wípé tí ẹ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ the citizens wípé kí lẹ fẹ́, tí ẹ bá consult pẹ̀lú wọn, no matter who the Messiah is, tí ò bá ní disciples or companions tó yẹ kí wọ́n máa reflect interest ọmọ Yorùbá, we will continue to have a problem. And social media make it worse because everybody has access to speak their mind. It means, for instance, nobody look at me anywhere in the world. Me, anybody. Me, OPC. Me, Ilano. Me, Afenifere. Me, any group. Me, I'm just a citizen. Don't mind me. Now, let's go back to our actors in Kamu one by one. Let's look at Afenifere, for instance. Baba Ayo Adebanjo is actually doing that same thing where one can say one believe we are only that ideology of locus standi. He can speak on behalf of Yoruba without being elected or chosen. This see Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, that is even worse. Because Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò continues to be arrogant and kò play part tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run fún ní ipò kan tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ pé ó máa easy láti follow it, láti believe nínú ẹ̀. But he's making the big mistake of being something in between being a dictator. Ó kàn máa àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká máa bá ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin òun àti Ìgbòho should never have happened because ipò àgbà ló wà. Ó lè má dàgbà ní iṣẹ́ gbẹ̀ in years, but ipò tó wà ó jẹ́ ipò tó jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kó máa speak for the Yoruba people. Now, unfortunately, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is not doing the right thing. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, ẹ jẹ́ ká wá gbọ́ sí Yorùbá ní. The same thing náà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ipò yìí is ọ̀gbà. You cannot decide on your own wípé èmi o ibi tí gbogbo alọ́lé. It does not happen that way. You are not a messiah. We need leaders. Leader man consults. We don't need somebody to just pay no consultation. We don't need that. At 60 million, our more Israel all over the world, tán bá kọjá 15 million wọn pé 30 million. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀sìn tá à ń ṣe yìí bó jẹ́ Yehudi bó jẹ́ Nasọ́rọ́ bó jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí gbogbo wọn Jewish ni wọ́n pátá. Muhammad is a Jewish. Jesus Christ is Jewish. Moses is Jewish. At the end of the day, à ń gbé nǹkan tí ò ṣe tiwa á padà síbi tó jẹ́ tiwa ìwà ọmọlúwàbí representation and a ní beginning yẹn because in the old of the Yoruba culture representation wà títí kan ọ̀tún títí kan òsì títí kan ìyá ọlọ́jà ìyálóde gbogbo wọn la ní. People still remember wọ́n sì máa ń sọ di èní wípé we had our own design of democracy. So kí ni democracy at the end of the day? Consulting people. Now ká máa lọ́wọ́ plot historical narrative kò lè help wa. Kí ni progressive narrative tàbí? I am a supporter of the Yoruba people. Gbogbo wa ló yẹ ká jẹ́ supporter of the Yoruba people. Not the supporter of a group tó jẹ́ pé kò stable. Like Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is not stable. I've been in so many meetings with Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. 1 minute a sọ pé restructuring, next minute a sọ pé Yoruba nation. A leader doesn't do that. By the time tó bá ṣe the right thing, ó yẹ kó ti wá ní conviction wípé direction tá à ń lọ lélẹ́yìí. Baba Ayo Adebanjo was trying to make out pé I am the leader in Kotimba Solabegi. Life to move forward from that. So listen, campaign wa Baba said the unity of the Yoruba people. Baba said progress, ìlọsíwájú, ìtẹ̀síwájú. We need to come back home, go back to the drawing board. Ká pé kí ni best practice, and best practice is to include the people. Lè ṣe lẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n fárí lẹ́yìn olórí wọ́n sọ fún wa. Ara nǹkan tí wọ́n fi lé wa lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn. So what's going on at the moment? Until táwọn èèyàn bá ready láti ṣiṣẹ́, you need òun láti ready láti ṣe kí ni language, the proper language. Ẹrú ayé. Jésù ṣẹrú ayé. Moses ṣẹrú ayé. Muhammad ṣẹrú ayé. That kind of ẹrú ayé, if you cannot do it and you cannot shape up, then ship out. Matthew Mobe for now.
Thank you so much, Amotekun. Comrade Kulu, I'm coming to you, Comrade Balogun, very soon now. Comrade Kulu, I have a question for you. Keba down ni kíákíá. Are you with us? Hello?
What's the question?
Yeah, the question is, as we are, do our people have enough education, that can take us to our destination? Need enough education because from our take us to our destination, education that can take us to our destination. We all know where our destination is. Like Amotekun just said, is that if 75% or even 50% of our people, agree to the fact that yes, after law, no one can stop us.
Go on.
But the question is, do our people have that level of education at the moment?
Yeah. I'm happy you have asked that question, but I don't agree with Mr. Motekun on this issue of narrative. He who does not know the past will make the same mistakes again. I mentioned Agbekoya. Mekunukoya Shimbo. Okay? Even where you are today, Bernie Sanders. Youths are following Bernie Sanders because they are saying they are tired of capitalism. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Agbekoya did not just stand for 5 years, 68 to 73. Dr. Aribede is late now. Dr. Aribede, Baba Mojola, Laoye Sonda is also late. Okay. And Edwin Maduna trained Agbekoya people in my hometown. Odemu, I'm a Modaeke person. Okay. They trained them. They had education. That was why they were able to resist Awolowo. Okay. And they told him, go back. We respect you. You did well. Your 8 years as head of government business and premier, you did well. But they made sure Gowon removed Major General Adebayo. Let me tell you, we need to print leaflets explaining to Igbo people that they should stand for their rights to say, but peacefully. Okay. And then these people made sure. Do you know that many of these elites in the north, they want educational development in the south to slow down. They even say it. Okay. And that is why people like Osinbajo, who read law 77 to 80, he was a mate of Kini in law school, Igiwe, Professor Popola and Falana. Okay. They were planning in 2017 when we went to work trade union congress. We had to send them packing, the people Osinbajo sent, to impose 1 million on law students with free tuition when Muritala introduced free tuition from 1975. So education has to be revolutionary education, not singing unity or whatever, or saying and then appealing to somebody who never support right to self-determination in the first instance, and then say aburo mi dáadáa ni, and then they took Igboho to him to beg for dividing Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, there is no way out. There is no revolution without education. Okay, education is going on not only in Nigeria, all over the world. The Amatekun tonight know what, when even Nigeria that has 50% of the people close to Arab people, when Saudi Arabia is friendly to those who are killing Palestinians. Okay, now in Nigeria there has not been any movement to support the Palestinian people, but white people who are not related to us, okay, are doing it in all universities all over the world now against America. In fact, they started it in America. They are doing it in London. Okay, they are doing encampment. Okay, so everywhere they feel the pinch of late capitalism in its death agony. Without revolution, we cannot get the right to self-determination. Those who taught us did not do right to self-determination, the revolution wouldn't have been possible. And since 1840, Karl Marx, okay, called for the right to self-determination, including secession from Russia. 1840s. So you cannot have it without a revolution. It's not going to be peaceful. Because these people, listen to the emir of Adamawa now. at the national conference in 2014. He said they own all the land up to Atlantic Ocean. And you are telling me that those people will allow you to go peacefully. It is not possible. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Comrade Kulu. I have we are coasting home now, and I have a question for you, Amotekun. I have another one for you, Wale, and I have a general one for for the three of you.
Kulu.
Before we
Okay.
came on stage, myself and Comrade Kulu, we are talking, and he made mention. In fact, he asked me if I saw a letter by Professor Akintoye, which he wrote to President Tinubu, recently. He has his opinion. I want to ask us, do we think such a letter is necessary? Amotekun, let's have your take.
I'm not actually privy to the letter. I don't know what this letter is about, but
So
many other letters. So many other letters. And format letter no, àti intention letter no, àti nǹkan tí letter no to translate for me kò ní meaning. And I'll continue to say one thing. And to my representing you, òun láti lérò lórí, ó dà láti lérò lẹ́yìn. Téèyàn bá lérò lórí tí ò bá lérò lẹ́yìn, you are doomed to fail. Tó bá lérò lẹ́yìn tó ò bá lérò lórí, you are doomed to fail. So you have to have a way in which to create a balance between àwọn tó fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀, tó fẹ́ gba òmìnira lọ́wọ́ wọn, àti àwọn tí ẹjọ́ fẹ́ gba òmìnira. So when you are in that middle, back on, òun láti mọ bó ṣe máa play political game here. Now, like I said, letter yẹn kò ní meaning to me. Unfortunately, I am not a fan of Professor Banji Akintoye because, as far as I can tell, he's not getting it right. Opinion tèmi nìyẹn, and I'm not kind of cowardly. That's all. Now, máa padà sí gbogbo àwọn tá ti mention kọjá lẹ́ni in one way or the other. Even títí kan Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà, there are reports that came into us in the last 3 weeks to show pé Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà ibi tá a rò pa fi wọ́n sí kọlà ti bá wọn. OPC will be divided into 4 different factions. And to máa fún yàn láṣọ tara ẹ̀ la máa kọ́kọ́ wò. Any group tí ò bá lè hold ara ẹ̀ in unity, I cannot depend on that group to hold the Yoruba Confederate or people into unity. A ṣì ní problem kan táì tí fẹ́ face. Àfẹ́mí is a big problem. Nobody, as far as mo lè sọ nísìnyí, Yoruba nation has had the biggest following of the ordinary people. Not Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà, not OPC, not Afenifere, not whatever the federal government bá ṣe. We have clear and present danger. Tí àyè bá yọ, ìjọ tẹ bá táyè bá yọ, jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. What's going on? Kí ni Fúlàní ń ṣe? Kí ni effect nǹkan tí Fúlàní ń ṣe? Kí ni nǹkan tó ń fún wọn ní power? Why are they doing X, Y, Z? Also, but what is going on at the moment, as far as Yoruba Nation campaign is going, we're not doing it right. We are doing it completely wrong, in my opinion. Anybody who has a Yoruba Nation, you have to go back to basics. I'm very, very careful not to mass sorrow too much. Whatever tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní America, whatever tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Gaza, whatever tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pẹ̀lú àwọn Israelis, tá a bá wà careful, a máa wo ẹrù ẹlẹ́rù ẹni tó gbẹ́rù tiẹ̀ tó gbé kárí, Àwa máa wò ó, ká máa fa tiwa dání. It's got nothing to do with us. Nature-wise, not the same. And so, kẹ́lẹ́sì iṣẹ́ sí i. À ń láti dúró lórí principles tiwa. And one of the principles tó máa gbé wa yege nínú ìjàngbara Yorùbá nation. Kátẹ́ wà nínú Nàìjíríà náà still is ìwà ọmọlúwàbí. Ìwà ọmọlúwàbí is very extensive in meaning. Ìyẹn o pé mo fẹ́ ṣọmọlúwàbí kò mí rí pé kí n má gbébọn. Pé kí n pààyàn. Ọmọlúwàbí lè gbébọn kó pààyàn. But á ṣe lórí ààrẹ kò ní ṣe lórí ẹ̀bí. Ẹbí àti ààrẹ òun náà tún ní meaning tiẹ̀. Wàláì tàláì tí n bá rí ẹnìkan tó fẹ́ kọjú ìbọn sí ọmọ Yorùbá 10. Ó gbé ìbọn dání fẹ́ ṣùtọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá 10. AK-47 mo wá ní pistol lọ́wọ́ àbí mo ní àdá lọ́wọ́. Mo wá ní opportunity láti bá láti ẹ̀yìn. Nǹkan tèmi define as ọmọlúwàbí òun ni scenario tí mo sọ ń sìn yẹn. I look out for Yorùbá first. Kí n tó look out fún ọba. Kí n tó look out fún president. Kí n tó look out fún ọ̀gá OPC. Kí n tó look out fún ọ̀gá Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Tó bá jẹ́ principle tí gbogbo wa ní nìyẹn. In the last 60 years, ní bára wa ń bìtà wá. Because we will all be speaking for ọmọ Yorùbá instead pé ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún Professor Banji Akintoye àbí Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò àbí ká máa speak fún Afẹ́nifẹ́re. They are not speaking for Yorùbá yet. Bọ́kọ́ tí mi ò ṣe lè fúnra mi problem lórí Yorùbá nation, Bàbá Akintoye, Yorùbá nation, YSDM ní pé so far introduction ta need putting the world on notice àti achieve it to a stage. Tó bá dojú ṣíṣú fọ̀rọ̀ àlà. The right set of people tó yẹ kó lead wa when the time is right wọ́n á jáde. Àwọn evaluation fáwọn èèyàn yẹn wípé okay ṣé a fẹ́ tẹ̀lé wọn in multitude. Tí n bá rí àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé mo trust wípé wọ́n máa lead ọmọ Yorùbá in such a way tó jẹ́ pé it is for the good of the collective of the Yoruba people. Màá support wọn big time. But mi ò lè support Bàbá Akintoye báyìí because I know the history of Yoruba nation since when it started. Mo mọ history OPC to a point. Mo mọ history Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Mo mọ history Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà. We have failed to adapt the principle of ọmọ Yorùbá in order to solve problem wa ni. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Comrade Balogun.
Ẹ ṣe atọ́kùn. Sharing all over the world and wherever people were resisting their oppressors or were fighting for their liberation, it is an illusion. For one, to think you need about 75% of the population to support your cause. Well, only correct way we may need up to 75% or 40% to be sympathetic. But actively, yes, need the 75%. Tabaro, Amadu Tayima. Ní ìgbà tí àwọn Zik tó ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ the struggle against colonialism, very minute people need. People later key into it. When the struggle is about to be consolidated, let us look at those people who are not in the virus in Nigeria today. Somebody in Nigeria is about 20, 30 or 20 billion. Those who are not into virus, are they up to 10,000? No. 1%. Wow. So that shows that we don't need such a number our most recent history affirm what I'm saying. The struggle between 1993 to actualize June 12 and to end military between 1993 and 1998, ẹ̀yàn mélòó ló jà NADECO, CD, JACON, UAD, tá a bá wo gbogbo àwọn the active actors and the foot soldiers of that process on 20,000 naira. That shows that what we needed is our tabaki into this process. We need a proper understanding. The teacher himself has to be educated in the process for liberation. Can understand the content. And the key elements is our commitment to the cause, our dedication to the cause, and not saying that once somebody writes, Babakite writes a letter to Tinubu begging for Tinubu 1997, pay no longer have illusion in Nigeria. The same Tinubu that is now saying that it's either pay anybody that is fighting for self-determination should be criminalized. Is he speaking for us? We need to understand that in all human society, there are two classes of people: the rulers and the ruled, the oppressors and the oppressed.
What the Christians call Nicolaitans, the rulers and the ruled.
Within the Yoruba nation, there are some that are benefiting from this system.
Definitely.
And there are some that over-dehumanize and improvise it. The poverty region. So there are two different classes of people. Our appeal should be to those who are suffering among us. Òṣì wọn bá ní pín, òde ni wọn bá ní dù, ire ìlọsíwájú wọn máa bá yọ contest ẹni. So àwọn Tinubu àkókò and their political dynasty, they will continue to stabilize, to support Nigeria as presently constituted. I'm not disappointed enough anyway. From the outset, they were looking for reform, and they will continue to agitate for reforms. Àtúnṣe àtúntò náà sọ ìjìjàgbara àti ìyípadà ní the cause for self-determination and social emancipation of the Yorubas. Come to think of it, if you look at the constitution of the action group, and when it was reviewed, it was reflected in the constitution of the UPN that the right to secession was injected into their constitution. How many of them were key to it? These are pseudo-progressive elements that were nodding it toward the Yorubas. So àwa Yorùbá, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tán sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ní Bọ̀dákúlú, Ọládẹ̀jọ. We need to continue to educate mass of our people. And that is why people create an illusion. That is one of the things that run and to cause confusion in the leadership of the Ghanaian Adams. But along the line, it was so called mystified to the extent that the followership were calling him, oh, Odua. When you mention Ghanaian, they say Odua. And Odua that cannot fight for us personally. That is the illusion that they are creating in Adibowo now. It is never done. It's never done.
Mm-hmm.
Those who are to liberate you, you don't come to them to think God.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we are failed as a people.
That's right.
That's why we cannot key into the programs of a Tinubu, and we cannot question the direction is leading the pseudo-progressive forces in Yoruba land. Lastly, I'm saying that our self-determination and social emancipation is possible through a peaceful means. The peaceful means will be if the Nigerian state is structured to reflect a genuine federal union, whereas Yorubas, we can live totality of our common life and develop as a people. Otherwise, it has to be to your 10th O Israel, and we have no inheritance sons of the sea. You see, more and more lives of the Onitiri group will emerge. We only pray that they should not make the tactical error that those people made at all. Because Yoruba nation, the self-determination and self-determination of our people will come by any means necessary. Either me, Amotekun, Kulu, and Dr. Sheyi like it or not. It's an idea whose time has come. Nigeria is a failed state. And no matter how we try to pass this decadent system, it will collapse and consume all of us. Ìjàngbara òmìnira Yorùbá dandan ni ká ṣàṣeyọrí.
Thank you so much. Comrade Kulu, even though this question emanated from you,
Yeah.
I want to ask you again. You know, although
Okay.
I know your views. The letter of Ashwa in a very few, just like 2 minutes or thereabout.
The letter by Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, I see it as Ogbabode fún wa. That's one. Two, ni pé as Comrade Wale has said, don't expect these people to lead or educate people rightly. It is not by appealing to somebody who does not want right to self-determination in the first instance. It is by educating the masses. And how do we? We should go ahead as we are Yoruba Revolutionary Movement. We take part in all struggle on all fronts. Like now, if you look at the analysis people have made, I've posted it, I will post it to you. The National Assembly senators are earning 37.7 million naira per month, and they are saying that minimum wage they can only increase to 48,000. In fact, I just saw a flash news now. We should support and put our banner high. Right to self-determination now. Okay? That is the way we can continue to educate people. And people are suffering. There is hunger in the land. Ẹ̀yin wà ní abroad, ẹ̀yin ò mọ nǹkan kan. Bí mo ṣe wà ibi
please come let me cut you there. Let me cut you there.
Gbọ́ bọ̀dẹ̀ fílẹ̀ àwọn táwọn fílẹ̀.
Let me cut you. Wait, let me cut you there.
He who wears the shoes.
Please wait. Today I will allow you.
Wait, let me do now.
Because
don't
it's like
make it a dialogue now. People are suffering. Me, biscuit muti cheleni. Biscuit. Okay? Biscuit because of my ulcer. Biscuit muti che. Okay? And it will come back, even that's what back way muti heal with wedu. Okay? They say if I continue to take strong analgesics for my sickle cell crisis and I don't feed well, it will come back, and it is coming back. Biscuit. Ọ̀dọ̀ tó ṣe ọ̀ṣun lẹ́ni ni mo ti gba biscuit yẹn.
Okay. Comrade, let me just say this. We understand what is going on. Like I said, I saw a post on my secondary school secondary school or university platform today. It is that of peak milk, and I could not believe the price. Timorilara Kenya. It goes for this is 61,725 naira. 61,000. That's the biggest thing of powdered milk. The powdered milk, the biggest thing. That's I think
peak milk.
So
1,000.
When I saw that, I almost broke down, and that is just to correct the impression that we don't feel. Physically we are not there, but it broke me down. It broke me
Yes,
down.
now, and that's why
I mean,
and
so
you should mobilize resources to
that
mobilize
is,
people, educate them, print leaflets. We human rights activists, we sent Abacha packing now. Ask Wale now.
I know. I mean, I am part of
We
the. I mean, I was part of the.
educated them
Now,
with leaflets, and we have been doing that even since between 1999 and 2012.
okay. We are rounding up now. We are rounding up. There's
Yes,
so much
so
to
that
talk
is
about,
the
and
thing.
we will continue to engage ourselves, to educate our people, and see how we can continue to engage our
Yes, and
ourselves and
then
now.
when we need to print leaflets, you people in diaspora should help us. We print
Look.
in English and Yoruba and Pidgin.
It's okay. It's okay, comrade. Let me just say this. Before now, we know what Nkota Onyanle ton ti fojú wa rí. We know on a regular basis what I'm sure my brother Amotekun too must be part of it. Probably, people sending money to people to do this, to do that. Not even for personal thing, for this struggle. You know where those things have gone. Down the drain. Sir, you have the floor.
Ó máa ń perplex mi táwọn èèyàn tó wà ní Nàìjíríà tán bá dúró tí wọ́n bá ń try láti indicate wípé àwọn tó wà ní diaspora they are ignorant or they are not well informed nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. I'm less concerned about what is going on in Nigeria. I'm more interested in nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Now, mo sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọlúàbí kọjá. Ọmọlúàbí máa ń ní emotion. Ọmọlúàbí máa ń feel fáwọn èèyàn ẹ̀. Now, if I tell you my story, mi ò jókòó sí UK báyìí kó jẹ́ pé mo ń sọ̀rọ̀. I have personal experience.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n wa kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣípì nǹkan kan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ dókítà Ṣèyí, ẹni tí ẹ bá recognize ẹ bá mú tu wa. Ẹ bá mú tu wa. Ẹ kí ẹ̀gbọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mú tu àwa yòókù. Dókítà Ṣèyí ẹ mú tu wa. Gbàtẹ́kẹ́ gbọ́n.
I've done that.
Right. So, Bishop Sorolo, I spent 6 years solid in Nigeria. If I máa jókòó sí ìbáyé sí ti máa sọ pé mo lọ pẹ̀lú millions of naira, kò sẹ́nìbọ̀yì tó lè argue yẹn. But whatever we want to call it, bóyá Ọlọ́run la fẹ́ pè ní o, bóyá Elédùmarè ni, ó jẹ́ kí n lọ Nigeria for 6 years kí n ní insight sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbà wo ni mo padà dé láti Nigeria 2017? Ìyàwó la wà yìí 2024. That's 7 years ago. Ibi experience mi nígbà ibi tó dé ní 2017, nǹkan ti get worse. So I can imagine. Ẹ má máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó wà ní diaspora kẹ́ máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ignorant ni wọ́n. Ìyẹn fúnra ẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni.
Yeah.
Because bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, nǹkan tí ẹlòmíì dá nínú owó láti diaspora nígbà ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation, òun ló lọ lọ́ọ̀kan yẹn. Before Yorùbá nation, ọmọlúàbí ni wá, àwọn responsibility wa à ń ṣẹ́wó padà. Tí ọmọ diaspora tó bá decide pé òun ò dáwó kankan sí Nàìjíríà, àmọ́ difference ẹ̀. So language ẹ máa wà careful bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé máa sọ pé a ní ẹran ra, a nífẹ̀ẹ́, a ní emotions, a ní empathy, a mọ bó ṣe feel. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó mú mi jókòó sí ìbà ilé ní tí ò bá ṣe pé interest mi nínú future Yorùbá. Mi ì sí nínú ẹgbẹ́ kankan, mi ò wòye, mi ò wá position. Àìmọye èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mi lè jókòó sí yín kí mi ò sọ fún yín sí pé mo ti wà pẹ̀lú OPC, mo ti wà pẹ̀lú Afẹ́nifẹ́re, mo ti wà pẹ̀lú ìlànà, àbí kí n sọ pé mo wà pẹ̀lú YSDM, but I spend a lot of my time lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá. So it's actually wrong, it's unfair for anybody come and indicate wípé àwọn tó wà ní diaspora wọn ò mọ nǹkan kan. I can assure you information nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó máa ti tẹ̀ àwa lọ́wọ́, a máa ti rò ó, a ti rationalize ẹ̀ kẹ́yìn tó tiẹ̀ gbà rárá. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà, nǹkan tó fẹ́ kó bá Yorùbá tó fẹ́ kó bá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, mo lè jókòó tì í kí n dẹ̀ yànnàná ẹ̀ at length with quotations and references. Aṣọ mú alẹ́ o, àwọn tó wà ní diaspora àwọn ọṣọ mú alẹ́ o. Tí n bá jẹ́ pé ìlú yìí ni máa ṣe the rest of my life, kò mí wípé umbilical cord tó wà láàrin èmi àti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó ti já. No. So ẹ máa wà careful pẹ̀lú language yẹn. It is very unfair.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. We will be rounding up now. I would just want a parting word, from you, Comrade Balogun, and then I will have it from Amotekun and Comrade Kulu before we wrap it up for today.
Ẹ ṣé atọ́kùn, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ má ṣì wá gbọ́, ẹ fi òye gbé nǹkan tí ẹ̀gbọ́n wa Kúlú sọ, òwe náà fi ń pa, kì í ṣe pé bóyá àríbi pa ni wọ́n fi òwe náà fi mobili kan fi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pa. Nǹkan tí máa sọ ni pé ìjàǹgbara ọmọ Yorùbá dandan ni, nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ wá ogun ni, kì í ṣe o kí àwọn èèyàn wa kọ́ má gbé ojúlé ogun. Amika Cabra ó ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn ajìjàgbara tó ń kójọ nígbà tó máa gba ìlú Cape Verde àti Guinea nígbà yẹn. Ó ní pé lóòótọ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú ni wá, ṣùgbọ́n kí wọ́n má gbọ́ ojúlé ogun. Ọpọlọ níjà, ìrọ̀jú níjà. Gbogbo wa ká ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó péye lórí ìdáǹdè àti òmìnira ọmọ Yorùbá. Ká máa ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún ara wa. Gbogbo ibi tí ìyà bá ti ń jẹni, tí ara bá ti ń ni àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, ẹ má jẹ́ kí a kúnnu, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa dá sí i. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a gba àwọn èèyàn wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ ìṣẹ́, òṣì, ìyà, ebi àti ìfọ̀nàfọ̀nṣu àwọn sìmọ̀mí, kò bá jẹ́ Fúlàní, kò bá jẹ́ Haúsá Fúlàní. Ká dẹ̀ mọ ọ̀tá wa, ká mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Bí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ṣe dúró lónìí, àwọn tó ń jẹ gàba lé wa lórí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nípò, wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn wa. Èròǹgbà wa pẹ̀lú àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò jẹ́ ọ̀kan. Àwọn tó wà ní ìjọba, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ èlé gbogbo wọn pátápátá. Bí Nàìjíríà ò ṣe ní wó, bí ọrọ̀ àti dúkìá wọn tó máa lọ sókè sí làwọn wá. Àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, tá a bá gbàgbọ́ nínú ìdáǹdè àti òmìnira wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kóra wa jọ. A ní ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀, ìrànlọ́wọ́ àti gbogbo ẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀yin ará tẹ́ wà ní ìlú ọba. Ẹ má dá wa dá bùkátà wa, ẹ má dá wa dá làásìgbò tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Bí ẹ ṣe ń ṣe, ẹ máa ṣe lọ. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ó bá ṣókùnkùn sí wa, tí ìmọ́lẹ̀ bá wà lọ́dọ̀ yín, ẹ tàn án. Àwa náà ní káàárẹ̀, àní já yín kulẹ̀. Ìjàǹgbara wa, àwa ti gbàgbọ́ pé dandan ni. Lágbára Olódùmarè, á dẹ̀ ṣeéṣe fún wa. Ó lè pẹ́ kó tó dọ̀yọ̀, ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ á débi tó ń lọ. Ìjàǹgbara ọmọ Yorùbá dandan ni.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Comrade Kulu, your parting word in just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, orin Sani máa fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, but màá yí. Nàìjíríà yìí ti gbogbo wa kọ́ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jàtúká láì jà á lè pín. So as far as I'm concerned, okay, we have to support all, we have to struggle on all fronts. Báwọn òṣìṣẹ́ bí ṣe ń jà káwọn náà máa gbé slogan Oòduà Republic. Mi ò tẹ́ like the word Yorùbá now because I'm not really, I don't like that word Yorùbá. Sọmọ Arab àwọn bá wà láwọn.
Emma, you are going to that for now. Then let's go into that.
No, mo kàn tún sọ ni. Mo kàn tún sọ ni. We are not. Kíní gan ti sọ tipẹ́tipẹ́ bàbá Àbàdàn yìí. Ó sì ẹ̀kú ni bí mo ṣe gbọ́. Láńrewájú Adépọ̀jù. Yá Arab, ọmọ Arab. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ju 6,000 years old.
30 seconds is it? Ó tẹ̀ ti kọjá.
Ó ti pé nù. Okay.
Okay, all right. So, your parting word.
Calm, peaceful.
Amotekun, your parting word for us.
Parting word mi ò ju wípé ẹ má yẹ kí underestimate ọmọ Yorùbá. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní the right amount of education. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní the right amount of intelligence. Nǹkan tí ọmọ Yorùbá ò ní is the right kind of representation. Tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé 25% tí mo dé 75%, meaning wà láàrin proportionality. At 25%, ó ní nǹkan tá lè achieve. At 50%, ó ní nǹkan tá lè achieve. At 75%, ọ̀rọ̀ wa ti níyànjú. So ibi tá a wà yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò láti máa represent ara àwọn èèyàn wa pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́, altruism, pẹ̀lú ìwà abiyamọ. Tá a bá ṣe pẹ̀lú ìwà abiyamọ, which is empathy, social intelligence I take over. Àwa máa ń mọlé bí ikọ́. Adé máa jẹ ìgbádùn ilẹ̀ wa. Bàbá ṣe wà united tó ló máa decide how quickly ká lè fi gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. But it is not on pé àfàwà, àfèmí. It is a love for the whole of the people. Ká nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn wa. It's as simple as that. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you so much. I have a post here credited to Sir Ahmadu Bello just a couple of days after Nigeria's independence. And I want us to, in the next edition, I want us to dissect it. Because, like I said from the beginning, àwọn kan wà nínú àwa Yorùbá, especially the elitist adults, those who are probably in their 60s up to, whatever age, in the 80s, 70s, 80s. There are some elitist youths, the age bracket, who still do not, even though our youths, understanding, they don't have a knowledge of history. But the older ones, the elitist adults, both at home and in the diaspora, don't need knowledge of history, but who have refused to acknowledge the fact that, yes, we are in contention with a people who have an agenda. And that's why I brought this up. This is an agenda. And so if you are a Yoruba man and you are still believing that, probably because either you are not, in the homeland, or you are an elite, or only politics or something, then when we talk of educating our people, I think this post is apt. This statement by Ahmadu Bello is apt. And by the grace of God, by the grace of Olodumare, next time, I will want us to dissect this and take it to every area where, the agenda is working against the progress of the Yoruba people. Go anywhere, people who attest to the fact that Yoruba people are very civilized, are very educated. We contribute to every system where we find ourselves, but what is happening to us as a people in our homeland. So, by the grace of the Olodumare, we'll look at this. If you educate our more, especially our knowledge of history, at our àgbàlagbà, I expect there's somebody who comes into your house and says, I'm taking over, I'm doing this, and yet we are refusing to acknowledge and do the needful. So we are going to end it here today. Mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín, mo dẹ̀ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó máa wo program yìí later, and probably those that are watching now. Our aim and objective is to ensure that at the end of the day, bá a ṣe sọ wípé ìran ológo ni wá, ògo yẹn a fẹ́ kó really jáde kí gbogbo ayé rí. Kọ́lọ́run dẹ̀ lò wá fún nǹkan tó fẹ́ lò wá fún ní ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. God bless, and God willing, this time next week, we'll meet again to continue, because as we have said, the process of self-determination is a process. Self-determination is a process. We'll continue to engage our people, to educate ourselves, educate our people. And I want to say this on a final note. This platform is not meant for fracas. I know that some people who have decided to, make some people their God will probably would be offended by one or two, comments. Will probably, in their usual characteristics, will want to come. This platform is not for fracas. We don't have time for that. Need time for fracas. All we want to do is educate our people, engage in robust discussions that will lead to the emancipation of our people. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.